Tuesday, 15 July is today, 2025. Good evening. Thanks for joining me in this video. Now, I want to reveal some certain things to you in this video. This video is important. It's like just a documentary of what has happened before. I'm going to tell you the genesis of all these terrorists they call the bandits. I am going to tell you the reason why during Buhari's administration, Femi Adesina, who is a spokesperson, I think, on media to Muhammadu Buhari, he came to AIT. AIT is a national television that everyone's watched. He said something that I want you to watch again because I'm going to use it to connect a dot that you people did not understand before. Now, before I will go into that video properly to tell you the reason why he came to make that statement, I want you to watch this video. If you remember this video of Naya Baribe, the senator that is currently representing Abia North Senatorial District, he made mention of something, the purpose why these terrorists called the bandits came into Nigeria, how Buhari, APC, and CPC, and Tinubu ACN imported them. They imported them into Nigeria. I want you to follow me in this video because I'm going to connect dots for you so that at the end of the video, you tell me how do you think this problem could be solved. And if you don't know any solution to these problems, then there is no need for you to challenge people that are saying that Nigeria should stop to exist. Now, let's go into the video. As I've said before, you may have seen this video before, but you don't understand it. So I am going to bring the deep knowledge of these videos to you. So stay with me. Take a look at this video.
In trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with.
Now, let me stop this video here. You are going to watch the full clip at the end of this video, okay? Let me pause it here because there is something I want to let you know. He said in trying to remove Jonathan, they were stateless persons from the Sahel. They imported into Nigeria. Even PDP, former PDP chairman, that time Alimodo Sheriff, who formed Boko Haram, was PDP chairman, who gave Boko Haram Commissioner of Religious Affairs, okay? So they said they imported all these terrorists because they want to win election. And another person has confessed, I still have the video, okay, that these people, the total number up to 3 million because they were looking for numbers to win votes. Okay? They were looking for numbers to win vote. So they imported 3 million people. You don't know anything about the genesis of all the bandits called terrorists. Now, I want you to pay attention. Listen to what Femi Adesina is saying. Stay with me.
I need to take you up on that.
Let me give you a perspective.
Yes.
The state government or the governors can actually give lands for ranches, but is the federal government also concerned about the kind of consultations that may have gone on between the state government and the people living in those communities who have ancestral attachment to those plot of lands?
Ancestral attachment? You can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? Ancestral attachment? You can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? The National Economic Council that recommended ranching went around those states. It didn't just legislate it, there were consultations. Please do for peace. What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day?
Now, a lot of you have just been watching this video of Femi Adesina during Buhari administration. Now, Buhari asked him to do this because Buhari was introducing cattle colony that time. What is cattle colony? Cattle colony is like a mini village for them to keep 3 million people they brought from Sahel. These are the what is it called? The Bändits, the terrorists they call the Bändits today. And these people, some of them are from Senegambia, from all these Sahel areas. You know, they brought them into the country. And most of these people by identity are Fulanis. You see, sometimes when we are tagging them like Fulani terrorists, some persons don't understand the reason why that name came in, because Buhari imported these people. He masterminded the importation of these people. And as time goes on, I'm going to leak a lot of documents to you. I'm going to show you a lot of things that has happened in this country, because so many people don't understand where we are coming from. We don't understand where we are going to. You just see things happening. You say, where are the military? Where is the president? Why can't president? They brought it single-handedly into the country. So when the Igbos, the Southerners, the Benue people, that on Otom was the governor of Benue State, Otom said Buhari no. Otom fought Buhari, and that is the only reason I respect the man today. I respect Samuel Otom so much because I was watching him that time. He refused so many things. His people are being massacred, killed. Buhari was folding hand. BBC interviewed Buhari. Buhari said no, they should give their land to have peace. Femi Adesina said, if you don't have your life, when you be talking about land, give your land so that you will have peace. It is people who have life we talk about land. They begin to threaten us. They started threatening not to release our land. And as I speak to you today, thousands or hundreds of thousands of Nigeria have died. Who caused it? Tinubu, Buhari, their coalition caused it. And that is why the very first day we had another coalition meeting, I am the first person that made this video in Nigeria, calling them the coalition of terrorists. I don't care at all, because I know what I'm talking about. That these people don't mean well for you. Because all of them, including Atiku, Sariki, Amechi, Rotimi, they formed the coalition of 2014-2015, where these terrorists were imported into Nigeria. So they are trying to form another coalition. What do they live in Aso Rock that they are coming back? What are they looking for exactly? These people don't mean well for you. And Nigerians should not be afraid to say truth to power. They should not be afraid to speak the truth unless they don't know. Now, after Femi Adesina have said all these things, I started, that time, it's been a while, so I started thinking, so this man is now trying to convince people for them to give the 3 million people they imported, the terrorists, homes. And after giving them home, the purpose, why they want to use these people to just promote, because they are coming under religion and culture. Under religion and culture. They want to use them to spread Islam. They want to use them to conquer territories and take their own land. And as I speak to you, some places in Plateau and in Benue have been renamed. So when the chief of army officer in Kogi State, that was last 2 months here, they asked him, sir, you are the new chief of army officer. What is your plan to flush out these terrorists? He said, even though I deployed the whole military in Nigeria, they can't solve it because they are underlying issue. Ask your journalists, ask your activists, ask your politicians, what is the underlying issue? The underlying issue is that the administration of APC are the one that brought them. So where are they going to put them? There are so many secrets. Tinubu was telling them, if you don't give me, if I don't become president, you know, he said it allegedly. I did not have the tape, but this was what was attributed to him. So let me tell it to be that he allegedly said so, that he's going to reveal some secret. Rochas Okorocha made, what is the secret all these people are talking about? Which kind of secret are they talking? That they brought terrorists into the country, right? If another administration has taken power, you will see so many secrets that will be revealed. I want you to go and listen to former Navy Commodore, who is the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency in Nigeria, Kunle Olaomi. Go and listen to the man's clip, 1 hour clip on Chinese television. He breaks down the terrorism in Nigeria, and he said Nigeria can remain one. This is a man who served Nigeria intelligence for good 35 years. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So, you have not seen, I'm trying to connect dots for you. These people brought the terrorists. Now, the question is, where are they going to stay? The terrorists can't continue to stay in the bush. So, they needed a territory.
And Fulani people don't talk, say, look, they want you to, they won't carry this country, make it become their own. Make them come and say, they Fulani too. Now then get Nigeria. Fulani nationality movement. Now them attempted to assassinate me. They wanted to kill me. Now only God helped me that day. I tell you, these people say Nigeria, now the only country where belongs to them. They don't write them. I have documents to show this. I don't send them to president. I don't send them to police. I don't send them to DSS. These people say, look, nothing will stop them.
Now, they have to take it by force. And after taking it by force, it becomes a challenge to Buhari. So Buhari was optimistic that he can convince Nigerians to start up a cattle colony. And he failed. And as I speak to you now, the whole terrorists you are seeing in Nigeria, all these things, kidnapping every now and then, it is the result of what happened in 2014, 2015.
Let me first of all say that the idea of bringing people from outside the country to destabilize wasn't, I mean, I didn't say they brought people to destabilize. What I said was that the idea, they actually brought people into the country with the intention that those people will come and vote for them. I think you understand? And they never realized, they never knew, they were never convinced that they were going to win that election because PDP was very, very strong on ground. So the fear was that they were going to lose the election. So the only thing they could do was to bring in people who could serve as mercenaries to come and win elections for them through the back door. But when the new PDP came on board and joined them and to form the APC and won the election, they didn't know what to do with those people. And in the process, those people became uncontrollable. I mean, many people have spoken about that. You mentioned that a name now.
So I want you to understand this dot I've connected and watch all these videos. The remaining videos you are going to watch now is all about this issue. They confessed this on the national television. I thought maybe that time, I have not even started this YouTube channel. I thought maybe one activist in Nigeria, we go to court, sue them, give them, there is what they call subpoena. The court will mandate them to come. You made an allegation on national television. Come and tell us the genesis of all this allegation. Yeah, that is what a normal country should do. A bloody revolution could have followed all these things. But like you watching me, you don't care about anything. Even people who are telling you the truth, you are against them. So this is the genesis of everything you are seeing in Nigeria. The hair is loose everywhere, every corner. These people has just flooded it. I'm Okochapi myself. I am a confident reporter. I talk reality out of issues. I want you to watch the remaining part of these videos. Take your time.
In trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria. And a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. There had always been this herder-farmer clash, but it never got to this point where whole communities were exterminated so that some people will be roaming freely within their land, which is what happens in Plateau and in Benue State.
I think Benue is the worst hit.
Precisely. Yeah. And you know why? Because most of the banks of the Benue is lush because it's watered by the Benue River. And so they want, these people came and they want. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with. The bill first said that we have to confine these people to the ranches within their states of origin. And somebody woke up and said, no, every Nigerian has a right to go around. There's no such thing like a state of origin. Why will anybody make that statement? Reason is that in trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria. And a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. If you ask any Nigerian Fulani, he will tell you that there's something called the Bororo Fulani. And that Bororo Fulani are these imported ones. They don't own land. Therefore, what they want to do is to settle in Nigeria. They were given free passage, let me just say it, by the Buhari regime. And we were shouting at that time, don't bring people into Nigeria who are not Nigerians. They won't have sympathy. They won't know what has happened. All they want to do is displace you, take over your place, and roam freely within that place.
But there were cattle herders as well.
They were, but the Nigerian cattle herders were not carrying AK-47 rifles and other.
So these guys brought their guns
So
with
these guys
them.
brought their guns with them. First thing they did was to start to rustle the cattle belonging to Nigerians. And so a Nigerian herder who loses his cattle has nowhere else to go. He becomes part of them because he is given, okay, you either join us or you got nothing. And some of them, of course, joined. And so we have this complicated problem. And this complicated problem is what we want to solve by saying, can we confine you to a particular place? If you have, okay, what you want to do is to move your cattle from where there is grass to another place where there is grass, and you can roam around with them. And I also pointed out on the floor of the Senate that Governor Ganduje at a particular time said, my state, Kanu, has more than enough land for all the herders in Nigeria to go around with it.